You walk into a store with $200 in your account. You know exactly what you need. You grab it, head to the checkout, tap your card, and walk out. Simple. But here's what you didn't feel. No hesitation. No pause. No moment where your brain asked, wait, can I actually afford this? Because if you had paid with cash, you would have felt it. Physically handing over bills creates a moment of resistance. A tiny friction. A signal your brain registers as loss. But tapping a card, that feeling doesn't exist. And that's not an accident. Banks, payment companies, and retailers have spent decades studying exactly how to remove that feeling. Because the less you feel spending, the more you spend. And in this video, I'm going to show you the exact psychological tricks being used on you every single day, and how to protect yourself from them. If you're someone who feels like money disappears faster than it should, hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps. Alright. Let's start with something called pain of paying. This is a term from behavioral economics, first studied by researchers Drazen Prelec and Duncan Simester at MIT. Their research showed that paying for something activates the same regions of the brain associated with physical pain. When you hand over cash, your brain literally registers discomfort. That discomfort is your built-in financial protection system. It slows you down. It makes you think. But here's the problem. That pain response weakens dramatically based on how payment is made. Cash causes the most pain. Debit cards cause significantly less. Credit cards cause even less, and contactless tap payments cause almost none at all. Every step away from physical cash is a step away from your brain's natural spending break. And payment companies know this. In fact, studies from the Journal of Consumer Research show that people consistently spend more when paying by card versus cash. Not slightly more. Significantly more. Up to 83% more in some experiments. So when your bank encourages you to go cashless, tap to pay, use digital wallets, that convenience isn't just for your benefit. It's engineered to reduce your spending resistance entirely. But that's just the beginning. Because there's a second trick that's even more powerful. And it's hiding inside your bank's app right now. It's called available balance visibility. Here's how it works. You open your banking app. The first number you see, large, bold, front and center, is your total available balance. Let's say it's $1,400. That number becomes your mental anchor. Your brain looks at $1,400 and unconsciously registers, I have money. I'm fine. Spending $60 on dinner feels insignificant against $1,400, but what your bank doesn't show you, at least not prominently, is what that balance actually means after rent is due Friday, after your car insurance hits Monday, after your phone bill clears next week. Your real spendable money might be $180. But your brain is anchored to $1,400. And you spend accordingly. This is called anchoring bias. And it's one of the most well-documented effects in behavioral psychology. The first number you see shapes every financial decision that follows. Banks design their apps to show you the largest possible number first. Because a customer who feels financially comfortable spends more freely. And a customer who spends freely generates more transaction fees, more interest, more revenue. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The third trick combines both of these into something almost invisible. It's called frictionless spending design. Think about how easy it is to spend money today. Your card is saved on every website. Your phone can pay with a glance. Amazon can ship something to your door with one tap. Subscriptions renew silently in the background. You never have to actively choose to spend. The system is designed so that not spending requires the effort, not spending. This is intentional. Every removed step between wanting something and buying it increases spending. Researchers at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau found that one-click purchasing increases impulse spending by up to 44% compared to multi-step checkout processes. Every saved card, every remembered password, every auto-renew subscription is a deliberate removal of friction. And friction, as you now know, is what gives your brain time to make a real decision. So the question becomes, if the entire system is designed to make you spend without thinking, how do you rebuild the thinking? 3 things. First, use the cash envelope method for variable spending. Not for everything. Just for the categories where you consistently overspend. Groceries, dining out, entertainment. Withdraw the monthly budget in cash. When the envelope is empty, it's empty. The physical reality of cash reconnects your brain to the pain of paying that card's eliminated. Second, set up a separate spending account. Move only your actual spendable money into a second account, separate from your main balance. Link your card to that account only. Now when you open your banking app, the number you see reflects reality, not an illusion. Your anchor becomes accurate. Third, add one step back into your purchases. Remove saved cards from your top 3 spending websites. Not all of them. Just 3. Force yourself to type the number manually at least once. That tiny inconvenience recreates friction. And friction creates the pause your brain needs to ask the question that actually matters. Do I really want this right now? Here's the thing most people never realize. You're not bad with money. You're operating inside a system that was carefully designed to make you spend as much as possible, as effortlessly as possible, with as little awareness as possible. The banks aren't your enemy. But their incentives are not aligned with your financial goals. Your job isn't to fight the entire system. Your job is to rebuild just enough friction to give your own brain a fighting chance, because once you understand how the system works, you stop blaming yourself. And you start designing your own environment. One where spending requires a decision, not just a tap. And that one shift changes everything. If this opened your eyes, hit subscribe. And tell me something. Do you spend more with your card than you do with cash? Let me know in the comments because I think you already know the answer.